Hey, what is going on? Welcome to the YouTube channel for Beautiful Start Podcast. If this is your first time, I'm going to need you to hit that subscribe button and definitely share. If you listening to this on the replay, definitely subscribe if this is your first time, and also share. So I was just live, but everything kind of like disconnected. So I'm gonna get back into tonight's topic is grow with time and not just physically. As we get older, we definitely need to become wiser and learn from our experiences in life. So basically, in a nutshell, that's what this is all about, right? So, growing can lead you to making better decisions in life if you are allowing yourself to grow and learn, right? Because ultimately, that's what we should be doing, making better decisions, right? For example, if you have been in a relationship that has not been the greatest, and it's been something that you have found yourself being miserable and not happy, then when you get out of that situation, you should know uh what you don't want, right? But a lot of times people are getting out of relationships and they're not really learning the lessons or really have a idea of what it is that they don't want because they're not really aware, and they're more so focused on, someone making them feel better rather than thinking about what it is that they just experienced and making sense of it and knowing that they don't want to go through that again. But when you are uh in a situation where you just are focused on, oh yeah, I want to just feel good. I want to be with somebody because this person makes me feel some type of way, makes me feel better, or then that's when you are not really getting the lesson, right? And I just feel like when you're growing as you age, right, and you're acquiring wisdom and you uh getting the lessons that you need to uh learn through life experiences, then you are equipped with really looking at things from a full perspective and getting the lessons that you need to get out of it, right? Because when you think about your personal relationships, um in terms of relationships that are romantic, right? Yeah, relationships that are romantic, and if it's something that's very negative or it's not good, and you sit down and you think about your relationship with yourself, and you sit down with yourself and really examine what you just went through or experienced, and you are able to get out of that situation and you are in a good space, and you can sit down and say, listen, I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to experience that again, right? And you can sit down and kind of like, write out what it is, what type of relationship you want to be in, you know? Because at the end of the day, if it's really all about what it is that you want, like whether or not if you're going to allow certain uh people to come in your space and be in your life, because at the end of the day, it's your world, it's your life. Like some people feel as though like they don't have no say so in what really goes on in their life. Like it's some grand being that's really controlling everything that's going on in your life. But the reality is, it is you. Because if you get out of a situation that you didn't like, right, and you made it out in a safe place, because some people, they were in situations that they didn't like, and they thought they got out of it, but then it became like something that was very negative. Or you know when you think about relationships that are very abusive, and this person think that they got out scot free, and this person came and shot them up, or came and set their house on fire. And it may sound very crazy what I'm saying, but this is something that many people have experienced. And this is well documented when you look on the news and online alone, right? In terms of like abusive relationships and um things that are very bad, traumatic, you know. So this is nothing that I'm like making up, but there's some women out there that don't make it out of situations that are dire, that are bad, right? But when you think about yourself, and you are no longer in a situation that you don't want to be in, and you able that why am I stuttering? I gotta say that. Why am I stuttering on live? On you anyway. So you made it out of a situation that you no longer want to be in. It's like you sit back and you have to really reflect on what it is that you want for yourself. And I always say, like, some people be like, um some people hop in one relationship out of the next relationship, and that's what they keep doing. They go out of one to the next one, and it becomes like this thing, right? But I always say, like, start to focus on a relationship with yourself, and think about what it is that you want for yourself now, right? And sometimes I would say, you know, this is basically me, but everyone, have their free will or whatever it is that they want to do for themselves, right? Some people don't feel that they have that. You know what I'm saying? That could be based off of what their mind is programmed on, or what it is, like, they have instilled in them in regards to, religion and different things like that. But basically, what I would say is, you know, uh, start to date yourself, and start to spend time with yourself, and start to really, think about what it is that you want for yourself, right? If it is something in terms of, if you are, coming out of a relationship, and if you are in a relationship and your relationship is good and things are going good, it's always this thing where I say, like, you still are an individual within a relationship. So a lot of people be in relationships and they lose themselves, and because they identify with another person so much, right? A lot of times they say, oh yeah, you become one, but you still, like, at the end of the day, this is what I feel like. You still an individual, but you still should be sitting down, reflecting, and always thinking about whether or not, if where you are in your life, this is where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? This is where you want to be, and this is what you want to do. Or you sitting back and reflecting on where you want to be, how you going to be that, you know, what you want to be doing, and whether or not, if you are doing that, if you're not doing that, how are you going to um uh start doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like you figuring out the things that you really what you really want out of life. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, that's what it's really all about. I know there's some people out there that, you know, have been uh in horrible, horrendous situations where they have to get to a place where they are operating out of healing, and forgiving themselves for what they have experienced, or forgiving other people, because some people are in the realm of feeling so much anger, so much rage, and so much hatred for the things that they experience. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation where you have been betrayed by someone that you love and you trusted, and you believed everything this person has said, and it came out to be a complete lie because they didn't know how to tell you the truth, or they just wasn't an authentic person. And it's like that anger and rage that's associated to it, those feelings. And sometimes you know uh sometimes we as people, when we love and trust and hold people to a certain esteem, or put people on a pedestal, what I say is that you shouldn't put people on a pedestal, or make it seem like people are holier than thou, and they better than you. Whatever their socioeconomic status is, or where they are in life, I just feel like people shouldn't put others on pedestals. And that's definitely going to be a topic in itself, right? That Beautiful Start podcast. You guys are on the YouTube channel, but definitely go to www.beautifulstartpodcast.com and listen to the episodes, because I have over 100 episodes, right? On here, I definitely explored different topics or whatever have you. But on there, I'm gonna further talk about that, because I think that is something that needs to be explored, because people put others on pedestals, right? And sometimes that could be in reference to people having more than them, more money, or just having a different status. Like, there's a lot of people out there that hold people to a certain esteem because they're a celebrity, right? I always say, like, you don't know what these celebrities and these people have gone through or going through. Let me drink my water. Like, you don't know what these people are going through or have gone through. But that's neither here nor there. But um yeah, put yourself on a pedestal. Celebrate yourself. Love yourself. Work on yourself. Do what you need to do for yourself. Grow. Grow up. Change. Build yourself up. Do what it is that you need to do. Make better decisions. Don't keep making the same effed up decisions that have led you nowhere, especially relationships. Because some of these people, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, don't have good intentions. Like, some of us are in relationships with people who are leading us nowhere. Some women are being led to a cliff. And you know, a cliff is just one way down. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere. A lot of people a lot of these women, a lot of us women, okay? Because I've been there, done that, and I moved on. Uh, you know, my focus and the whole purpose of, you know, this podcast is for encouragement, empowerment, you know, definitely pumping out information that would definitely elevate uh us to a different level, like women to a different level, and to see the potential within yourself, right? Because some people like to prey on others who are in a weak state, in a weak state, you know, try to make, you know, you feel some type of way about what it is that you have been experiencing. And it's just like, yo, you have to definitely acknowledge that and be aware that some people out there, they like to prey on people who are at their weakest uh state. You know what I'm saying? And once you become aware of that, you know, you can maneuver differently and eliminate people that no longer needs to be there in your life. And that's absolutely that's needed. That's absolutely needed within, you know, our own personal journey in life. Like, we need to sit back and just uh be aware of it and eliminate those people who just want to be there to break us down at a vulnerable state, you know. And another thing about growing, it can definitely lead you to not making the same mistake in life. That's basically, you know what I'm saying, what it boils down to, not making the same mistake, not going into the same um relationships, and not, you know, uh remaining the same person through the different stages of life. Could you imagine being the same person that you are in older adulthood that you was when you was a young teenager? Like, it wouldn't even make no sense. Like, yes, there's some qualities about us that, like, you know, our personality and stuff like that, but, you know, in terms of, you know, when you get older, like the 45-year old you, it's not the 25-year-old you. You know what I'm saying? Like your college, like if you in college, right, and experiencing life, then you think in terms of when you was in high school. That's not the same person, like your high school, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of when you think of that, like personality wise and experience wise, right? And when you think about learning wise, it's like the things that you learn in high school, you learning something totally different in college, right? And it's just like, all right, those are different, um, different states that we're in, different uh experiences, if that makes any sense, right? But when you think of the mistakes and the lessons and stuff like that, when you are truly growing and truly learning and maneuvering through life, it's like you're not going to make the same mistakes, right? Because some people have the tendency to keep on going through the same things in life because they never learned the lesson that they were supposed to receive, right? And if someone treated you bad and you brought it to their attention and they have not changed, then you should not expect them to treat you any different. You know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of you in a situation and someone is being ultimately horrible to you and putting you down and telling you you ain't worth nothing, and you know publicly humiliating you, and you bring that to their attention and they're not even trying to do anything about it, right? And you see that with your own eyes. This is nothing no one's telling you. Because sometimes, if someone bring it to people attention in terms of like, oh, yeah, this person is doing X, Y, and Z to me, you know, and this person, uh, this person said this and that to you, or they did this to you. Like, you have somebody on the outside telling you stuff about this person, and you're like, whoa, damn, I didn't really notice it like that. But because you are being observative, through your own observation, let me say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Through your own observation, you see that this person is just horrible and just not treating you the way that you're supposed to be treated. And you brought this to their attention. This could be anybody, family, friends, regular people you deal with on a regular basis, right? And they ain't trying to do nothing about it, right? So what you do? You be like, you know what? I ain't dealing with this person no more. I'm just gonna move on. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna learn from this situation. I'm not gonna allow myself to keep repeating this same thing over and over again. I'm gonna leave it to the wayside, and that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna leave it to the wayside. Let it go. You know? I'm not gonna keep talking to somebody trying to convince them to change. I'm gonna learn from it and move the heck on. That's just like if you are in a profession that you no longer like. That's just like you go into a job that you don't even like no more, and you realize that you don't like it no more. Yeah, you don't like this job. They are horrible. They treat you uh they have a lot of different biases in reference to their employees. The pay is not good. um you bring this to their attention and nothing has happened, you know and even though this is your source of income, you told yourself, like, listen, I'm not dealing with this no more. I'm gonna start working towards finding something else. On my days off, I'm just gonna sit around and fill out for another job. That's what I'm gonna do. Or I'm gonna create my own opportunities, you know, in reference to like a business. Right? There's so much opportunities out there. I see a lot of young people out there that actually, started their own businesses and stuff like that. And if you are in a situation where you working and you don't like that job, you have different options in terms of starting to apply for other jobs. Like you go into this job, whenever you were scheduled to go to this job, you were going consistently, but at the same time, you are actively looking for another job because you don't like the way this employer has been treating you. But you have bills and different obligations that you have to, abide by. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that, us as grown folks, with bills and stuff like that, that's something that we have to definitely look at and be conscious of it. But that doesn't mean like, oh yeah, we just gonna be immature and not really think about our obligations and the things that we need to do, right? Because at the end of the day, me personally, I'm gonna pay my bills. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I don't know about the rest of you out there, but I'm gonna do what I need to do. I like a roof over my head. You know what I'm saying? I like some good food. I'm plus size, so I love eating good. Okay. I may eat a salad or two. You know what I'm saying? But I love me some good old soul food. Okay, if I put it that way, right? But growing, definitely growing is uh definitely in this uh co and co, this aspect of making better decisions. It goes hand in hand with making better decisions and not allowing yourself to make this, but also at the same token being mature with your decisions and choices and doing something that's going to work, making decisions that's going to work with your higher self. That's going to, you're going to make decisions that are going to uh, be in, uh, that's going to be, that's going to be, that's going to be with your higher self. You know what I'm saying? Let me drink some water because I'm over here like I don't listen. I don't know if you guys over here hear my chair, man. It is what it is. Like this joint is making mad noise. It's just like, damn, give me a new chair. This joint is like making mad noise for no reason. Anywho, but yeah, definitely, you growing to make better decisions and you growing to not make the same mistakes and also being wise, becoming wise in the decisions that you're making. As you grow older, you are going to make decisions that's in, like I was trying to say before I started kind of giggling like a little ass kid. That's it's going to coincide with your higher self or where you are at in your life now, right? Because I just honestly feel like every day we are growing, we becoming better people, I'm saying better women. Um, but this is based off of the things that we could learn through observations, through experiences, you know. That's if you like growing and stuff like that, right? And some people they don't grow. They just they just living. They living and they just not they ain't, they just you know Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They the same person. They didn't learn through nothing, through no experiences or through nothing, right? For a lot of people who want to know, like, well, dang, how do I grow, right? So, how do you grow? That's the question. Should I answer that question? I want to know, like, should I honestly answer that question in reference to growing? That's what I want to know, right? Because a lot of people out there, you know, they want to know. But some people, they are content with where they are in life, who they are, you know. And I want to know whether you listening to this now or in a replay, I have a question I have to pose to you guys out there. Are you content and happy with who you are in this present moment without any, growth or not growing or anything like that? That's what I want to know. Are you okay with that? That's what I want to know. Please answer the question in the description box, right? But let me go to this, right? The things you can do now to grow, right? One is create a plan for your life. Create a plan for your life, right? What do you want? I.e., like, think about it. For example, what it is that you want for yourself. Are you able are you able to figure it out on your own or do you need to figure it out? You know? And create a plan. Some people is like, well, create a plan. What plan? Right? Everyone should be waking up having some type of schedule that they following. Some people are waking up and they have a schedule that they are following, right? It may not be the schedule that they want to follow, right? Because some people wake up, they get washed up, put dress up, and they go to work for like, for majority of the day. But outside of that, it's like, what is it that you want for your life? You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like, what do you want for your life? And another thing is, in the past 5 years, what have you can say? What can you really say that you have grown from? Like what have you actually uh in the past 5 years, what have you been through? Right? Can you see your growth within the past 5 years? Right? What's the difference between you now versus then? That's ultimately uh the question, in terms of like, yo, what have you really been uh growing from? Are you the same person or have you elevated? And if so, through that growth period, what what are the changes that you could verbally say that you've been through in terms of that, right? And if it has been like this huge leap, you need to pat yourself on the back, right? Like, because at the end of the day, you really made it. You really uh did what it is that you needed to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's important, right? Another thing is, when people are not really growing, they need to start focusing on releasing the old things and the things that's really holding them in this frequency of being stuck, right? They need to start to vent and release the things that are, holding them hostage, as I was saying, in the past, right? Another thing is that, you know, people need to find out what's actually holding them back from growing. Right? That's another thing. Like some people don't even know why, you know, they're not growing because they're not in tune with themselves and what they have actually been through or what they actually holding on to. They just very, ignorant or oblivious to whatever it is that they have experienced. And that's something that, we we need to definitely always be tapped into, and it's always time to like self-reflect, right? It's important for us to definitely self-reflect and be mindful of the things that we are going through have gone through. That's important. That's definitely important, uh, uh to be consciously aware of, right? Because some people just be on some like, yeah, you know, uh, whatever type of vibe. But I think as we get older, we definitely have to, be mindful of the things that are preventing us from moving forward, because if you're not able to be in this present moment and to focus your energy on your goals, working on your goals, completing your goals, then that's when you are not in a state of, growing at physically. I mean, growing with time and physically. And I have to, put that out there. You know, we have to definitely be in a state where we're growing with time and pushing ourselves to be better, you know? And that's just what it's really all about. Um because at the end of the day, whether we are going through things mentally, physically, um we have to acknowledge it. And if it's something that's hindering us from moving forward, we have to uh focus on it head on. Like we have to attack it head on, deal with it, get rid of it, move on, and focus on what it is that we want in our life now. Right? Because I feel like we all are working towards something, and that's what we should, especially our goals and objectives in life. That's what our main focus should be, you know? And some people they don't feel like that. They don't feel like, oh, uh this is what I need to be uh focusing on. They just so, consumed with what other people saying or trying to copy what somebody else has done. And I'm just like, yo, that's so petty. I just honestly feel like that is so petty. It's just so, it's not leading nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's not going nowhere. That's just like, trying to repeat what somebody else has done. And it's like, for what? What you need to repeat what somebody else did when you could actually create a blueprint for yourself and do something that somebody has never done in your fully healed state. I'm just saying. That's why we need to grow with time and not just physically. But anywho, I thank you so much for listening to this live. You know, Definitely go to www.beautifulstartpodcast.com to listen to every Monday we have a brand new episode of Beautiful Start Podcast, and it's on the website, so you can listen to that. Also, I offer different services, such as coaching sessions that you could definitely coaching sessions, venting sessions, colloquy sessions, combined sessions, and definitely there are groups that you could definitely sign up to. All the information would definitely be there, so you could kind of read up on it and find out further what it is about. And also, I do a free meditation once a month. So if you're interested in that, definitely sign up. I thank you so much. And you know, definitely I want you guys to subscribe and share this, like this. Definitely if you have any questions, um leave it down below. If you're interested in any services, signing up for any groups, um if you're interested in doing a free meditation, that's a 30-minute session, you can. Everything will be in the description box. If you don't see it there, definitely go to www.beautifulstartpodcast.com. Everything is there. Thank you so much. Until the next live. If not, every Monday there is a brand new episode on Beautiful Start Podcast. Go to the website. Thank you so